I had a lot of people as well back then like telling me I wasn't going to be successful. That just made me want to do it so much more.
What's the wildest headline you've ever heard about yourself?
The wildest one has got to be the Kylie. One of the sacrifices is definitely mental state. It's always sort of been a lot of pressure to live up to certain standards or people's perceptions of you. I used to love blocking people. It was like quite soon in our relationship. That's probably why I didn't think that was going to happen. I just feel like he gets me like nothing else. He just feels like home. It's just something that's been so easy. Like I've never been so sure. It was kind of confronting. I did the audio recording for the book. One of the chapters I burst out crying after. Like planning a wedding is a lot. He sent one message in like the group chat with the wedding planners and I was like, you need to just stay out of the grave. Even if you have to convince yourself until you believe it, it's just believing that you can do it. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's out of your reach. I feel like we have a bit of all poppy syndrome. It's up to me at the end of the day what I want to address and what I don't. People were demanding answers straight away when I was still like going through something. One thing that I would love for people to take away would be...
So welcome, Tammy.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
So you're an absolute girl boss running 2 businesses, an author, your own socials, and like most importantly, a mother of 3.
Yep.
We know that you share a lot on your socials, but can you run us through what a week in your life actually looks like?
I feel like my life is so chaotic sometimes. Like every week can be so different. Like, for example, I'll wake up, get the kids ready for school, take them, then I'll stop into the office. Then I might have like a shoot or a meeting or something in the afternoon. And the only thing that's sort of constant in like my week is like my workouts. Like I always make sure I have time to fit those in, but it really changes from day to day for me. And I'm pretty flexible with my work, which is good for as I'm a mum, so I can fit things in around my kids' schedule as well. My assistant sends me my schedule every Sunday night and it's always just like completely different to the week before.
So you're in the office a lot as well?
Yeah, I am. I try to go in as much as I can, but sometimes I do work from home. Sometimes I'm traveling. And then, sometimes there'll be shoots and things like that. And then sometimes I'll have things on at the kids' school. So, it's really just all over the place.
She can do it all.
I mean, even today, you said that you woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I've been up
came
since
to Sydney.
3. Yeah. Slept on the flight, which was good. And then, back home tomorrow morning. Missing my babies already.
Aww.
I know, we've got you down for the White Fox event tonight.
Yes,
we're excited.
I'm so excited. I feel like your events are always so fun.
They are.
It's going to be a fun night. Yeah.
There's even going to be like, because it's like the rodeo kind of collection. We've got like a mechanical bull.
Oh my God, stop.
Real like LA style.
Oh my God, that's so fun. I love that.
You were wedding dress shopping earlier?
Yes.
You said your final alterations?
Yeah. It was, my final alteration. So the next time I come, I'll be picking it up. So that's really exciting. Felt like a princess.
Oh my God.
And,
exciting.
Matthew's here with me. So I made him go like down the road, like away from the store. I was like, do not come anywhere near here. So I didn't want him to see anything. But it's really exciting.
That's exciting. So when is the wedding?
It's in a couple of months. So it's like
my
really,
God.
really soon.
So add that onto the list.
It's so stressful. I didn't realize how much like planning a wedding was. Like, thank goodness I have really amazing wedding planners, but it's just so much goes into it. Like you don't realize. And I'm someone who's like super, just like, I'm not really like meticulous and like particular with certain things. So my wedding planners are asking me all these questions and I'm like, at this point, like whatever you think.
Just do it. I didn't want to know.
It's just like I already have so much like on my plate that I'm like focused on. So I'm like, planning a wedding is a big job. Like I'm so excited for the day, but planning it is just a lot.
What's your overall vibes for the wedding? Can you give us a bit of like an insight?
I don't want to like give anything away, but it's going to be very romantic.
Okay.
Oh, that's so nice.
Like your engagement. That was honestly one of the most romantic engagements that I've literally ever seen.
It was honestly unbelievable. Like such a special moment. I couldn't believe it was even happening.
Because you didn't
And
know, did you?
No, I had no idea. And then looking back now, I'm like, how did I not know? I guess because it was like quite soon in our relationship. That's probably why I didn't think that that was going to happen. But he was so like nervous and stuff looking back. Even videos I have of him from like that day, he just looks like so nervous. I'm like, how did I not realize at the time?
Oh,
So there was
so
signs
cute.
that day that you were just like,
And he kept asking about like saying stuff about the weather and things like that. And I was like, why do you care about the weather so much? I'm like, we're in like the most beautiful place. Like, who cares? And he kept like mentioning things about the weather. I was like, that's so weird. And I don't know how I didn't put two and two together.
that is
So
crazy.
funny.
I feel like having an engagement is so excited, but like not even knowing. I feel like for someone to pull that off, like
He did well.
It was amazing. The only thing I wish we had footage of like the moment, like we had like he had a drone and stuff going, but we didn't neither of us really remember exactly what he said in the moment. But
probably,
it's
like,
kind of
blacked
special
out.
that it's like that's sort of just our little thing. I just remember I was in absolute shock and we were both crying, and it was really
that's
sweet.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a
like in
special
those
moment.
kind of moments, it is like that. You kind of just like, what just happened? Like, I
Yeah.
don't remember what we've just said.
I was in complete shock, but yeah, it was really nice.
Oh,
That's so nice. Has he had much of an input with like the wedding planning, or are you like, you know
No.
what, let me do this one?
Yeah, he has not had he sent like one message in like the group chat with the wedding planners, and I like was like, you need to just stay out of the babe. I was like, no. But yeah, he doesn't know much about weddings. I feel like everything he says, I'm like, okay, babe, you just leave it to me. But he wants to have input, which is nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We need to create the illusion that he
Yeah.
is involved, but
Yeah,
he's
like
actually,
to
it's your show.
Make him feel like he's, having some input, but yeah, not really.
that's exciting. Is it
love
going to be a
that.
big wedding?
No, it's not. It's pretty much just like our close friends and family. We had to be pretty brutal with the list. Like, there's people I probably would have liked to invite that I couldn't invite because our venue has a specific number, and I'm just so in love with our venue. So that was not an option to do anywhere else. So yeah, it's not super big or anything though.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so excited to see it all.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I can't wait, and it's getting so close now.
You're having
Yeah.
a hens as well.
Yeah, I am. So my best friend Bella and my sister Amy are organizing my hens. I know nothing about it. I think it's next month. But we're doing we're doing our own things, and then we're coming together, like combining the hens and the bucks, because we just want to like be together. We were like, let's just do something combined. But I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I'm sure it will be fun.
Well, you've been so busy. You've released your book, Show Up. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Do you want to give everyone a bit of an insight on what the book is about?
Yeah, so it's pretty much just all me. Like, it's different aspects of my life and my own personal experiences and, challenges I've gone through and different milestones and things like that. And it's not only that though, I wanted to make it sort of a toolkit as well, so people could use it to reflect on their own lives and sort of learn things from it. And there's different things in like the chapters, little activities you can do and things like that, which I'm an avid reader, so I loved things like that in any of those sort of books that I would read. So I definitely wanted to make it like that. But it's definitely just my life up till now, like the past decade, like how I've gone from where I was to where I am now.
How did you have the name Show Up? Like, what does that mean to you, the quote Show Up?
I feel like show up is just like, it's just one of those things where it's like you can show up in every aspect of your life, like show up in your relationship, show up at work, show up for your family. I just feel like as long as you show up, even if nothing's perfect, even if things go wrong, it's just all about showing up. So I just like loved that for the title.
I definitely got that, especially from the first few chapters of the book. I feel like there's a lot of talk about people can make excuses, and it's so easy to blame it on being tired or being busy or you'll do it later. But having that and showing up is definitely how you've gotten through some of the obstacles in your life and gotten to the successful point that you're at today.
Yeah, it's just showing up even when you don't really feel like it is going to make all the difference. So yeah, show up just seemed like the perfect title for it.
Did it take some like workshopping, or did that come to you straight away?
No, that was like pretty much one of the first names that sort of stuck. But
Wow.
yeah.
What was the process of writing it? Like I can't even, that's a big process for you.
Yeah, I mean, it took like over a year. And it was kind of confronting, like sort of deep diving into my own life. Like I feel
Yeah.
like you don't do that a lot, like reflect so like meticulously about every aspect of like all these different things. And it was really it was sort of therapeutic as well, just like revisiting all these different moments and struggles. And like even when I did the audio recording for the book, like one of the chapters I burst out crying after. Like it was just, it can be a bit confronting, but yeah, it was a therapeutic process for sure.
Yeah, reading it. You just said that took you a week. That is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and I, when we were doing the audio recording, there was times where I would just keep messing up like one word and I could not like stop myself laughing. And then other chapters I was crying. And then, so yeah, it took us a while to do the audio recording, but I did want it to sort of like come from me for the audiobook.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was.
That would have been nice to reflect on your life though. And like, I know obviously sometimes people don't, and I know you talk about this in your book, but you don't actually sit down to reflect and like appreciate your achievements and everything that you achieved. But writing it down, that would have been like powerful for you.
Yeah, it really was.
Even for your kids to read one day or like listen to you actually speaking, that's so nice that they have everything there to read about your life.
Yeah. No, it would be nice for them to read it one day.
I feel like people looking on at your dream life through socials, like would maybe not have realized where you came from and like how you started. For anyone who hasn't read your book, did you want to talk us through that?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Currumbin Valley, which is just like a small valley sort of area. For a while, we lived in it was like an old reception hall type thing. We didn't have walls. The bath was outside. Like we didn't have much basically, but I have really good memories from it with my dad and my sisters. And I sort of feel like before, like when I was, I'm not sure exactly, around 12 years old or around then, I moved to Singapore to live with my mum and my stepdad. And I, up until then, hadn't really seen like what success looked like, or what like, I don't know, like having money and things like that. Like that was never really a reality for me. So I feel like that sort of started my journey of like, oh, I want to make something successful. I want to do my own business, all of that. So yeah, I feel like having those different sort of aspects that like I saw both sides really affected like where I wanted to go in my life.
It sounded like a pivotal time in your life, even just being in that library and reading and getting all that information that you did. And
yeah, it definitely was. Like I went through so many of my stepdad's books and they were all on like self-development and business, and I still love reading books like that, but it definitely like opened up a whole new world for me, I think. And then I knew I wanted to, you know, do something big.
I think it's nice for people to hear your story and know that you don't need to come from like, you know, having money or like brought up in a certain way to have what you've got.
Yeah.
Like you've been able to build your dream life yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't really know that about me. Like they think I've just come from that kind of thing, which was not true at all.
Yeah. No,
What about from the switch of knowing that you wanted to do something and then actually actioning it in your life? I feel like it's one thing like having the idea and like the drive to do it and then actually putting it in place. How did you make that transition?
I feel like I just had this like innate like belief in myself, and I'm a very like stubborn, determined person. So I really wasn't, I feel like I had a lot of people as well back then like telling me like I wasn't going to be successful, or telling me, no, you can't do that, or no, that won't work. And I feel like that just made me want to do it so much more. So I feel like I've always sort of had that drive in me, and it really comes from like, I feel like a really important thing is always like that self-belief. Like even like even if you have to convince yourself until you believe it, like it's just believing that you can do it. Like nothing's impossible, nothing's out of your reach, nothing's, I used to have a lot of people say, oh, that's unrealistic. And that was my like most hated thing that people said, because I feel like it might not be realistic to you, but to me it's realistic. So I'm going to go do it. So yeah.
I love that. I think there was one thing you said in your book, like, if someone else is doing it, why can't I?
Yeah.
And I love that because like, yeah, it's possible. So
yeah, like
why
we're
can't
all
I?
humans. We're all, everyone, and you're capable of like so much. I feel like so many people limit themselves and it's based on their beliefs. Like they can do so much more, but it's because they don't think that they can. Like they're never going to actually be able to achieve something that they in their like subconscious mind don't actually believe that they can.
100%. Do you feel like you always had that kind of belief in yourself, or did you have to put in a lot of work to get there?
I feel like I sort of always had it. I don't know what it is, but there was times where I did have to sort of like reiterate it in my head and like just, it's sort of like that fake it till you make it. Like it's not faking it, but it's like convincing yourself. It's just things like even like affirmations and things like that. It's just like repeating something over and over until it's like real.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of people would say like, oh, that's easy for you to say, but I couldn't do that. But it's like, it's a constant daily
it's a
work.
practice.
Yeah.
Like you have to put in the effort every single day to like reiterate it and keep working towards it, because you have to change your whole mindset essentially.
For sure.
And a lot of that does start with looking after yourself as well, because I know that you spoke about before you got into your training and mindfulness, like it wasn't always like that for you.
Yeah, definitely not. I feel like before I found like wellness and health and fitness and all that, I was in a pretty dark place mentally. And, I was smoking weed and just like wasn't in a good place. And I feel like the first thing that sort of switched it for me was meditation and then yoga. And then that sort of opened a whole new world. And I like realized how important your health and your well-being and your like mental state is.
Because that builds a strong mind as well. Like having
Yeah.
a strong body and your mindfulness, that's what builds a strong mind.
Yeah, well, that's why you see some of the most like successful people in the world, they meditate every day. They do all these things because it is so important and can have such a big impact.
What's your
100%.
morning routine then? Do you wake up and you do all of like what's your
If
routine?
Posey isn't already like in my room waking me up, if I do have time like before the kids, I love to just go sit outside. We have the most gorgeous sunrises, so luckily I get up early enough every day to see the sunrise, and I love to just go sit out there, do a little bit of meditation, some breathing, some affirmations. Sometimes I'll take the kids out there with me if they're up, and we want to do little affirmations for them.
But nice that you're already getting them to do that.
Yeah, they love it. Sass and Posey, so cute. Wolf sleeps in, so he's not usually out there with us. But sometimes it's more chaotic than that, and that's fine as well.
It's about finding that balance, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%. Do you feel like now having your dream life, you had to make many sacrifices along the way?
I feel like one of the sort of sacrifices is definitely sort of your like mental state. Being that I'm so like in the public eye and I have all these followers, it can be a lot of pressure, and it's always sort of been a lot of pressure to live up to certain standards or people's perceptions of you. And yeah, I feel like that has always been sort of a challenge, that it's been up and down over the years. Like I feel like some years I'm handling it well, and then some years I just feel like it's a bit much and I pull back a bit. So yeah, that's definitely one of the challenges, just having such a big audience.
So many people watching on.
Yeah, so many eyes on you. It's just like it can be a bit much.
A lot of pressure. And I feel like especially now people are holding creators to such a high standard where it's like so unrealistic that anyone can be this level of perfection.
I feel like it's crazy. I feel like people forget that like everyone's just a real person. And people, I don't know, everyone's very like sensitive, everyone's very picky, everyone's just like picks apart every little thing. It's like relax.
And wanting to like bring people down.
Yeah.
Which is
I feel like we have
awful.
a bit of like tall poppy syndrome.
Definitely in Australia, especially. I feel like it's so different in the States.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about Australia, but it's crazy over here.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I feel like I do have a really thick skin now with like trolls and things like that. Like I don't look at anything really. Like I don't look at like articles of myself ever really, because half of them are just complete nonsense. And then like if I see some people starting to comment like negatively on something, I honestly just will not look. Like it's just like out of sight, out of mind. I care more about my mental health than what these people that don't actually know me is saying.
Yeah.
I know, it's
So-
crazy. These people behind their
Yeah.
phones. I saw this TikTok and it said, like, before you type anything, you should say it out loud. And if you don't like it, then literally don't write it.
Yeah, I can't even believe what some people write. Sometimes I'm like, I could never. Like, it's like, what are you so mad about?
No, I know, especially for
just-
you, because like you are literally like, I would say the biggest or one of the biggest influencers in Australia. Like you're literally getting papped when you leave the house. It's crazy. So it's like you have so many people who have opinions.
Yeah, I used to get like way more sensitive about it, especially like in the beginning. And I used to like, it's frustrating because there's so many like positive comments, but it will be that one negative comment that sticks out. And that used to get to me a lot in the beginning. But over time, I just had to toughen up and realize that these people, the people that are speaking negatively, they don't actually know me for one. And for two, they're probably just projecting something that they have going on in themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
And you have an amazing support network around you as well.
I do, yeah. I have the most amazing family and obviously Matthew. But yeah, I'm so close with my sisters and my mom and my dad, and yeah.
And that's what matters. I feel like the actual people around you that
Yeah.
know you, everyone else, they don't know you. Like
Yeah.
they think they do, but they literally don't. So they can go away with their no profile picture comments.
It's like user 1 2 3 4
Yeah.
5 6.
It is so nice to see the relationship that you have with your family and partner and everything, like, and children. Like, I love watching your TikToks with all of your kids. They're literally so cute, all of them.
Yeah, we just have fun with it. They love like looking back through the videos. They think they're
Really?
so funny. And even Posey, like Matt will be sitting there and they'll be going through all the TikToks that she's in. She's just like laughing at all of them. But yeah, like Wolf and Sass, they are obsessed with my YouTube. They go watch all my YouTube videos.
Oh,
they
that's
love
so
it.
cute. You and Matt are just so cute together.
Very in love. Very
Yes.
happy.
I
In your
mean, you're
little
now
love bubble.
fiance. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's all so exciting.
It's
We
crazy.
saw you guys last year at our end of year party,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh my god! Like I feel like I've never seen people more in love.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just my guy. I'm very, very happy that I found him.
Yeah.
How did you know he was the one? Because I know I've heard you speak about that you were like, okay, I'm done. And
Yeah.
then that's when it comes. Like, that's
Yeah.
literally when.
I just feel like he gets me like nothing else. And I don't know, it's just something like we're just on the same wavelength. Like we think the same. We say the same things at the same time. Like it's just a weird feeling where he just feels like home. Like he feels right. And it's just something that's been so easy. Like I've never been so sure of something. I just love him so much. He's a really, really good person.
That's so nice.
That's
they do
so
say when you know, you
nice.
know. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
happens.
so true. It's crazy.
Do you feel like you've learned things from your past relationship that you've taken into this one?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you learn different things from every experience in life. And obviously, like my first relationship, I was super young. So I learned a lot from that. I've done a lot of growing since then. Even my last relationship, I learned a lot with that. And, you know, I'm good friends with my exes now. Everything's all good there. So I feel like it was just a bit of growing up and, you know, like self-development and like figuring out what I wanted in a relationship as well, and what was going to make me happy and things like that.
I feel like breakups, and we always talk about this, is like one of the biggest learnings in your life. It's like after you go through them, even though it's hard at the time, you're like, I'm so glad I went through that, because the person that you change into and all the things that you do, you have to like really rein it in, and you're like, okay, like
Yeah.
self-help everything.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with breakups? Like, is there a tip that you have for everyone?
I just feel like my biggest thing was just surrounding myself with my family, keeping busy, taking up a new hobby. Just like family was just like the main thing for me, because obviously breakups friggin' suck, and
The worst thing ever.
they're not fun. So I feel like that's why I'm so lucky. I have like all my sisters and my mom and everyone. I just spent so much time with my family, like all the time. So yeah, they were such a huge support.
For sure. And I feel like you've handled like both of your breakups in quite a different way. Even your last breakup, you were really private about everything. Was that a conscious choice?
Yeah, I feel like with the first, obviously I came out with like a video and it was all very public, and I addressed it to everyone. I sort of felt like I had to at the time, and I felt like with this past one, I felt that pressure again too, but I was like, you know what? It's up to me at the end of the day what I want to address and what I don't. And I just think about it like I'm not the only person involved. There's obviously my ex and there's obviously kids. So I didn't feel the need to address it. And if people were bothered by that, then so be it. But it's my choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. Were people like demanding answers from you?
Yeah, I feel like for a while, like people would just be commenting that over and over and over. But, you know, eventually they got over it.
Yeah, as they should. Like, it's literally none of their business.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like, and it's also when you're in the midst of something, like I feel like people were demanding answers like straight away when I was still like going through something. So I just didn't even feel ready to say anything. I hadn't even processed fully. Like I was still going through it myself. So I didn't want to, you know, involve everyone else.
It's hard enough going through a breakup, let alone hundreds of people asking you what's going on.
Be a lot.
No, that
Like
must
I
have been
actually
so
can't even
difficult.
imagine.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But it's nice that you're happy now and to see you in your little love
Yes.
bubble. I love that for you so much.
Yeah, very happy.
It's funny. I feel like you really attract the person that you're ready for at that time. Like it seems like you've done some work and like gotten to a really good place, and then you've met Matt, who just matches your energy so well.
It's just crazy, like how, like I'm just like, how did we not find each other sooner? Like it's even like our 1 year anniversary, we planned the same thing on the same day for each other and like things like that. I'm like, we just have the same brain. And like for like one of our last presents, it was like Christmas or something. We both got each other the same gift with that. I'm like, it's the weirdest stuff. Or we'll be like lying in bed and he'll say something and I'm like, that's literally what I was just thinking.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And he's such he's really good for me. I feel like he's very, very good at communicating, and he's very like we're sort of opposites like that in a way, because I'm can be very reserved and go inwards sometimes, and he sort of knows how to like pull that out of me, which is good as well.
That's good. I think it's good to have a partner that brings different kind of qualities to the relationship.
Yeah, I feel like we bring like really good qualities out of each other.
And is he living with you now?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
So nice.
So yeah, it was long distance in the beginning, which sucked. But yeah, now he's on the Gold Coast, has a job down there, and yeah, the kids adore him. So it's really good.
Oh,
That's so nice. How long were you doing long distance for?
A couple, like maybe like, I actually don't know. I'd have to like calculate it, but too long. It felt
Blocked it
like
out.
way too long.
Yeah,
Like
long
I
distance is so
hated
hard.
it. I never like realized I was not cut out for long distance. I hated it. We wanted to be together all the time. It was so
Yeah.
tough.
Are you someone that's like, we're together 24/7
Yeah,
kind of thing?
like me and him are conjoined at the hip. Like when he's at work, I'm like, I miss you so much.
I know, even just then when he was like, can I stay down here and
Yeah,
listen
he
to
was
the
like, can I
podcast?"
sit in the podcast with you guys?
And you're like, get out.
He was like, can I just do it with you?
We just like, we love being together all the time.
Yeah, that's so nice. What's your love language?
I feel like mine is quality time, I think. I don't know. I feel like it changes all the time for me. But yeah, either like physical touch or quality time.
Yeah.
You're like, I need them all though.
Yeah, I need literally all of them. Like buy me a gift.
What's his love language?
I think his is the same. I think his is physical touch and quality time
Yeah.
as well. Like we're both very we make sure we always have like time for date night and just really quality time together.
Yeah,
I think that's important,
It
like so
is.
important for a relationship, even with both your schedules probably being
Yeah.
so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like an essential part.
Yeah, especially like it can be so full on, with my schedule and with the kids and everything. So just having like, even if it's just like a little date night plan at home after the kids go to bed and we just, set aside time for each other. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And are you going on a honeymoon? We didn't even ask you that before.
We are. Yes. I'm not going to say where, but
course.
it's somewhere neither of us have been ever. And it's going to be amazing.
That's
be so
exciting.
fun.
You've got lots to look forward to.
Yeah, so much
Literally.
happening. It's
That's
crazy.
exciting.
I feel like all your followers are going to be very invested in the whole wedding.
I can't wait to share it
honeymoon.
all. I'm excited.
It's going to be so good.
And going back to your book, what would be your main message or tips for anyone who hasn't read it? Like one thing that they want to take from it, or your tips to creating your dream life?
I feel like one thing that I like would love for people to take away from my book would be to celebrate the little stuff, to celebrate, because I feel like just being like, yes, success and all this is like all well and good, but like being happy comes from really appreciating the little things, in things that usually seem mundane and things just in your day-to-day life. And I feel like just celebrating like all those little moments is so important and something that I've learned to make such a big difference in your life, really.
How do you celebrate your wins?
It's just, it can be so many different things. Like for me, like I love to like, just get all my family over. Like that's sort of a celebration to me. I put out some cheese platters. We all just like spend time together. But it can be like little moments, like if I'm driving to work and I'm, don't have any traffic, I'll just, sing and dance in the car. And it's just like those little moments that you just try to enjoy your life, even if it's something like silly and mundane.
That's like
so
the energy
true.
that you put out, isn't it? Like the energy level that you're on, it comes back. And I notice that so much. Like even when you are
Absolutely.
happy about something, then more things come, and then like in the opposite way.
It's 100%. I feel like that's why like gratitude is so important. Just, being grateful for every little thing that you possibly can.
Do you believe in manifesting? Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like how do you manifest?
I feel like manifestation and gratitude go hand in hand
Yeah,
for me. So I
definitely.
feel like you have to be thankful for everything you have. Like when I go to bed, I'll be like thinking everything I'm grateful for that day, or just like in my life in general. And then you focus on what you want, or what you want your future to look like and things like that. But I feel like gratitude puts you in sort of that positive headspace that allows you to manifest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because I feel like when you're constantly achieving things, it's really easy to just go, okay, next, and not think about how amazing that thing is that you
Yeah.
wanted for so long. Like it's just so easy to go into the next thing.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the balance of gratitude with the manifesting, I just don't feel like it works.
Yeah. Yeah. And the gratitude, like it just attracts more positivity to your life.
Yeah, for sure. You've achieved so much and are so successful, but what does success actually mean to you?
I feel like now, like if you asked me back in the day, I probably would have been like, big house and this and that, and like all those kind of not fully material things, but like those were all the like perks that I looked at. But I feel like now it's very much just like an inner peace. Like that is what success looks like to me. My kids being healthy and happy, that's success to me. It's just like all those, like the material things don't matter. Yes, is it nice being able to travel and have security and things like that? It is, but it's just sort of like that inner peace and happiness that is the real success.
Do you feel like it's changed for you from when you first started, what success meant to you, to now?
I feel like I feel like it's always sort of been the same thing, but with bigger emphasis on like other things in the past. So like I was very much like go, 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 go at the beginning. And then now I'm more just like, go with the flow. I just want to enjoy life. I just want to like relax a little bit. Even though I'm still like go, go, go. But I feel just more like content.
I know. I feel like you do go through different times in your life, and that's something you talked about in your book as well, where it's like you did have to put in that hustle in the beginning, and maybe there was a bit of an imbalance with other things. But now it's like, it's so nice that you can kind of level that out and focus on your family and yourself and your relationship a bit more.
Well, are you starting another business? You're like,
yes,
okay,
I am.
chill.
And this is like, it's going to be like my biggest venture yet.
Really?
And it's with both my older sisters, Amy and Emily. And we've never done a business, all three of us. Like I've worked with Amy and Amy works with Emily, but we've never done all three. So I'm nervous. We've been so far so good, but I feel like we butt heads so much. So we'll see.
I've heard you talk about how you and Amy used to butt heads.
Oh yeah.
In the early, was it Saskia that you worked with? Yeah.
I used to fire her pretty much every single day. And then she'd just show up again the next day, like she wouldn't leave. And then eventually she left and we were like, damn.
But now in the new venture, you're working better together.
That was a really just like trying time in our relationship. But now we're closer than ever. And I feel I'm really excited about this new business.
When will everyone find out about it?
Hopefully soon, but it's not going to be launching till next year.
Okay.
It's something big. It needs time. Like we've been working on it for like almost a year now as well.
I'm trying to think what it could be, and I'm like,
Have to
I
wait
don't
and see.
about it. But yeah, I can't even imagine because you've already got so much that you're doing.
This is something that's just like it's sort of fits into my life so seamlessly, and it's something I'm really passionate about and something I've sort of always wanted to do. Like it's been something that I really wanted to do. So I'm really excited, and to be able to do it with my sisters as well, it's going to be good.
Wow, watch this space.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see more about it.
Yay. And you talk about your top success list, your top 10 successes. Can you give us your top 3 so far in your life?
Oh, I feel like that's so hard. Well, to me, my top 3 successes would be Wolf, Sass and Posy.
Yeah, that is.
But I don't know. I feel like that is such like I feel like there's so many different.
You've done a lot.
Yeah, I feel like there's just so many things. I couldn't put it to 3.
You look like you're such an amazing mum, honestly.
I love being a mum. It's like my favorite job. It's so incredibly hard sometimes, but it is so worth it.
Mums are amazing.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like I was made to be their mum though. Like I love it.
What type of mum would you say you are?
I think I'm like a fun mum. Like I just like to be goofy and silly with them. I like to dance around with them. I joke with them. I was so young when I had Wolf and Sass, so they feel like we've sort of grown up together a bit. Like they've taught me so much, and I was like super young, and I feel like, yeah, it's just I just love having fun with them.
That is nice because when they get to a certain age where they're like, you'll still just be able to hang out and have fun, but kind of be friends. Like,
they feel like my little best friends. It's great.
So
I love it.
You do so well with co-parenting as well. Like that would be really difficult, and I think a lot of people would really struggle with that. Do you have any tips for anyone that might be struggling with co-parenting?
Oh, it can be really hard co-parenting, and it has not always been smooth sailing. Like I'm so glad now I'm in a really good place co-parenting wise, but my tips would just be like put any of your own feelings about things and emotions about things aside, because at the end of the day it's about the kids, and you just whatever is going to bring peace, like that's the most important thing. So even if you have to bite your tongue sometimes, even if you have to, like things like that, it's just like it's worth it to just have peace for your kids' sake.
Yeah, putting your kids first in that situation.
Do you feel like your kids are like really different, or do you see qualities of yourself in all of them?
I feel like they are definitely very different from each other. Like Wolf is very like, I'm not going to say like nerdy, but he loves to read his books. He's
That's so cute.
He's so smart. He loves to build things. he loves like gaming. He goes to like code camp on the holidays and things like that. Like he's very much like that. Sass is like a little social butterfly. She's just always wants to be with all her friends. Very creative, loves art, dance, things like that. And then Posy, like just I feel like every day she's just getting more and more of her little personality. She is just so funny. She makes me laugh every single day, like does the funniest little things. But yeah, they're all so different. I love it.
You're honestly the cutest family.
I know. I love all your TikToks together.
We love making the TikToks. They're so fun.
They're so good at dancing as well, honestly.
I love TikToks. I feel like it's just more like the like silly, stuff. Whereas like Instagram posts, I feel like can be more like polished and that kind of thing. Whereas on TikTok, I literally just post anything.
Is that your favorite platform, TikTok?
Oh, I don't know. I like YouTube because I feel like it dives into my life a bit more rather than like a few seconds.
Yeah.
But no, I love TikTok because I just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Are you filming YouTube every week? Like, is it like every week?
No, I used to film so much, but now I've only recently just gotten back into filming on my YouTube again, and I'm doing like one a month at the moment. But it's like pretty long vlogs. Like
it's a lot to manage, like for you.
I would do more if I could. Yeah, I do. Which I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna get someone to start editing them because
I think you should.
It takes me so long. I was talking to Matthew about it the other day because I have one that I'm like about to post, and it was just taking me so long because there was like 3 hours of footage to go through, and like it's a bit tedious.
Yeah.
But no, I loved like having the finished video and stuff.
Yeah, it would be amazing to look back and see that, because I feel like even sometimes like just looking back at TikToks, you like have so many more memories.
Yeah.
Like filming so much of your life.
Yeah. Well, I even just always go through like my camera roll and like just look at, I love being able to just like look at everything. I love like documenting everything. I love that I have all that to look back at, and my kids have it all to look back at as well.
Yeah, that's so nice for them as well. And it's so nice that everyone else, like I feel like everyone's so invested in your life, your kids' lives. Like you really do have so much support as well. So it's like equally, I think, so much for you having all of that documented, but then everyone is also loving it so much.
Yeah, I love like giving people a glimpse into my fun little life as well. Even if like it's not like, there is so much that isn't posted or isn't, put online. So there is so much that people don't see. And I feel like some people forget that or like don't realize that. Like there is so much more to my life as well. But I love being able to share as much as I can.
Yeah, it's crazy because some people would just see this tiny bit of your life and they're like thinking that they know every single thing about you, but there's obviously so much more to your life than what you're able to share.
Yeah, like there's heaps that I don't share.
I'm curious because you've got so much going on in your life. Do you feel like you thrive off kind of the chaos and having like a different week every week, or do you thrive off routine?
I feel like both. Like sometimes I like the chaos and I like having a new thing happening every day, and then sometimes I just want to stay at home and have my little routine. Like it's the same with like on the weekend, sometimes I want to like go do something, sometimes I just want to like stay in and clean my whole house. Like it's just I feel like it's sort of a mix of everything for me, and it just changes as I have just such a different, like my life is like evolving all the time, and it's always like the different phases, and I just sort of go with the flow to whatever phase I'm sort of in.
Yeah. Do you ever go through periods where you're like, no, like I need a rest period, or do you feel like it's go all the time?
There's definitely some periods where I just like need to just like slow down a little bit, and that's usually times where I'll just lean on my family a lot. I'll just, I feel like whenever I'm going through anything sort of stressful or anything happening, I just like spend a lot of time with my family.
Yeah.
And I do that anyway though, when I'm like happy as well or like busy as well. So family is just like so big for me.
Because do you have a lot of people like staff wise that you can kind of take a step back from your businesses now? Are you very like still very much involved?
I definitely have really amazing employees that I can trust to handle everything, so I can take some time off or take a step back, which is really great.
Yeah, that is nice. How many employees do you have now?
Oh, I'd have to count. I have my Tammy Fit team, my Sasky team, and they're both quite small, intimate teams. And they're all like my general manager for Sasky. I've been friends with her like 13 years. She's my best friend.
That's so nice that you keep it close.
We have like, yeah, all our teams, they're all my friends. Like it's really close.
Oh, that's really nice.
So you can go to work every day with all your friends.
Yeah, it's so good.
Family.
It's really good.
Oh, do you have any like issues ever when like there's things that come up with work, or do you just work together really nicely?
No, we work together so well. And even if like, because we've worked together for so long now, and even when things have come up, we know how to keep work as work and our friendship as friendship. Whereas me and Amy, when we were working together, we could not do that. Like when we like had the work issues, we like did not even want to speak to each other outside of that for ages. Like it was really.
Did you have some time out of your relationship after that?
Yeah, but now we're closer than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have like some boundaries with certain people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know that you can work so well with others, but
Yeah.
like you learn that through the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what is next and up and coming for you other than your secret?
Other than my new business venture, I feel like so much really. I just got some really exciting news the other day about something that I also can't speak about just yet.
Teasing everyone.
But yeah, basically just like the wedding and all of that is my next focus right now. Planning the wedding and marrying the love of my life. And so much coming, but yeah, most I just can't speak about just yet.
Coming soon. There's a lot coming
So
soon.
much happening. I'm so excited for all of it. The wedding, I can't wait to see it.
I know the wedding content's going to be amazing.
I can't wait.
Have you got a social plan ready? Like what's your...
Yeah, I have. My celebrant also actually does like content.
Oh,
So
really?
after she marries us, she's going to go on to do like the content for the day.
Wow.
So
that's a good job for her to have both.
yeah.
Like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a real niche role she's got there.
She's amazing as well. She's so
Yeah,
good.
wow.
Are you getting married in Australia or you can't say?
Yes.
Yes.
Australia.
Okay.
I would be far too stressed to have like a destination wedding.
it's a
couldn't
lot.
be me.
Yeah.
It would be stressful, especially getting all the kids over there as well. Like,
I
I can't
just
even
feel
imagine.
like I don't have the mental capacity to handle that right now.
No. Oh yeah, your kids must be so excited about the wedding.
They're so excited. They can't wait.
Well, lots coming. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll see everything on your socials very soon.
Coming soon.
We've got a little game for you. The game is Spill the Tea. We've got a bunch of questions
Okay.
and you can spill a little bit of tea if you feel like it.
Oh God, I'm scared.
They're not scary, don't worry. Okay, first one is, what's the wildest headline you've ever heard about yourself?
I feel like everyone knows that headline. Do you
Or it
mean
could
like
be
what's
something
like a
that's,
fake one?
It could be fake.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like the wildest one has got to be the Kylie one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, that's
But
out
anything
It was a
there.
crazy
fake?
time.
Have you ever heard anything that you're like, oh my God, that is not true?
Not that I can think of the top of my head, but there has been like so many crazy headlines. Like there honestly is too many.
I can imagine.
Did you post a TikTok about one recently?
Yeah.
What was it?
I went through and I read like some of like the recent ones. I don't even remember now what they were.
I feel like there'd just be so many that you're
There
like, all right,
is.
another one. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There's
it's like, do they not have anything better to write about than making up a story? It's like, it's actually crazy.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so.
It's so silly. Some of them I'm just like, oh, I just don't even know how they come to those conclusions.
Ridiculous. But I mean, they're talking about you. So
Yeah, you know.
boosting the engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next question is, what is your most toxic trait?
Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I've got so many. No, I'm kidding. I can be very, very stubborn. Like I'm a very stubborn person. Matthew could tell you that. I'm very stubborn, which has also been like a positive trait in the past as well when it comes to like business. But yeah, I can be very stubborn.
Is he also stubborn?
Yeah, no, not as stubborn as me. So I feel like if we were both super stubborn, it would
That
be,
wouldn't work, would
Yeah,
it? If we were both really stubborn.
No.
What's your star sign?
I'm a Taurus.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Have you ever blocked a celebrity or influencer on Instagram?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have. Probably in the past, like back in the day. I can't think of anyone in particular right now, but I feel like I used to love blocking people. Or
There's
some, I
nothing
don't
wrong
know.
with a good block.
Because I feel like it's just like I don't know, if it's not there, then you can't like think about it or can't, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anyone in particular right now. But
You have been on a blocking spree before.
yeah, I feel like I definitely used to have a few of those in the past.
Will you block people that leave negative comments?
I used to always do that. I don't do that anymore. I just don't look.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll like, you know how you can restrict a comment?
Yeah.
I'll do that. And I find it so funny because it's always like the same person commenting like the negative stuff every time because it's like that one restricted account commenting over and over and over. I'm like,
Do you literally
why are you
not have anything
obsessed?
better to do?
Yeah,
Why are you
obsessed with me?
It's like just unfollow, but it is
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
or
actually
sometimes I
obsessed.
do that. I go onto their profile and I remove follower. You can do that because I'm just like I don't want to give them the satisfaction of being blocked. I'm like
Yeah.
you can keep giving me engagement, but like
It is engagement. We always say that. We're like,
Yeah,
thanks for
it
the
is.
engagement.
Yeah.
It makes me go viral. So
yeah.
thanks. What is the most recent lie you told?
Ooh, probably something like silly to my kids. To be honest, probably like a little white lie to my kids, like I don't know about why we can't go to somewhere on this day or something. But no, I can't. I don't really like lie. So.
I feel like, yeah, with kids, it'd be like, they don't need to know the full story.
Yeah, it's just be like a little white lie.
Yeah,
you know?
it's fine. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. And last one. I think I know the answer to this, but can you spill any wedding secrets?
No. Have to wait and see. It's not long now though, so
I'm
We're getting there.
excited to see it all.
And the hens, that's coming soon.
yeah.
So that's a surprise to
my
you too.
dress for the hens arrives next week, I think.
Really?
Did you get to pick the outfits at least? Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm excited.
Got a white moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Excited to see.
Yes. Well, that's all of our questions. That was so good. Thanks so
thank
much,
you so
Tammy.
much.
Thank you guys.
And for anyone who hasn't read your book, honestly, we were both saying this morning, we're like, we love it so much. So
Yay. I've been having such good feedback about it, which has been like the only thing I wanted from it. So I'm so happy.
yeah. And just to
Thanks.
hear you speak it too, like it just feels so much more real. And it's just like, yeah, a little motivation for everyone.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a really good book to listen to as an audiobook because like as you're walking it just feels like that positive like motivation for the day.
Oh yeah, I hate my own voice, so I could not listen to it. But yeah, I wanted it to like come from me. So yeah, I've been getting really positive feedback, so I'm glad about it. But thank you
We
guys.
deserve it all.
And excited for tonight.
Yes,
Yes.
we'll have a drink with you
I
tonight.
can't
It's going to be
wait.
fun.
Yay.
Okay, thanks, Tammy.
Thanks.